ladies and gentlemen. Now, in today's video, we are on the Content Creator Beta, and we're going to be having a little bit of fun with 6-star Rank 2 SIG 200 Mr. Fantastic. So today, we got the full Fantastic 4 team, because this guy, in order to get maximum source, you want the full Fantastic 4 team, and also an additional copy of Mr. Fantastic. Because for every additional copy you have as well, gives him 30% more attack. And it also means that you can use the pre-fight abilities for the first fight of the other Mr. Fantastic as well, so it makes him a little bit easier to ramp up. So yeah, there's a lot to really make this character like as spicy as he possibly can be, but yeah, he's a bit of an interesting one, man. It's been a while since I've played him, so hopefully I can remember exactly what we're doing, but it's a couple of special 2s, special 3, and a lot of heavy attacks, at least to the best of my memory. And also, with these debuffs as well that he applies via the pre-fight, you do have extended stun duration. I think it's actually the, the Invisible Woman synergy that mainly enables that, because that increases the duration of all debuffs on the opponent by 25%. So it allows your stuns and parries to be a little bit longer there. But now if we go in for a double medium here, let's go for a cheeky little special 2. If there are any scenarios where there's a good amount of debuffs, or you need to get through stuff like Diss Track, this guy, he can be useful. But he does take, like, a while to ramp up and get into the damage. Let's go for double medium here, straight into another 5 combo, SP2. And then hopefully we can get a heavy attack. Oh yeah, it refreshes on the end of the SP2. That's fantastic. We've got all the debuffs refreshed there. So this is kind of the point in the fight where we go special 3 and then get a Mega Fury, which is based off the amount of debuffs the opponent has. And then we just be laughing. But also a fun thing with Mr. Fantastic, ideally you just want to like chain on heavies in the corner, because you also give your opponent like a massive combat power reduction, which means when you attack into them, they barely gain any power once you have 3 of the combat power reduction debuffs. So yeah, that's really, really good. But also one thing you do need to remember with this character is before every single fight, you do need to activate all 3 of his pre-fight abilities there. So again, that's very, very important. And I kind of wish he could store like a few more persistent charges as well, because he's got a max of 5. It really should be 10 in my opinion, just so that he could do some crazy stuff with additional synergies for characters. Because yeah, starting with 2 man doesn't provide like too much support. It's nice in the right scenario, but it's nothing like super duper crazy. Let's go in for a 2 combo there, straight into a 5 combo, special 2. He does feel quite fun to play. I've actually always enjoyed playing Mr. Fantastic, and I think when we did the, 5-star rank 4 showcase, we did have a really interesting time, versus the, life cycle chapter. He's pretty good for that, actually, because, again, all of these debuffs are very good for mitigating healing, especially with the Despair Mastery combo. Because you just got some craziness there, so you can pretty much cancel out the life cycle node. And with a full Fantastic 4 synergy as well, for every debuff he's dealing 4% of his attack as damage per second. So he's kind of got that passive damage that a character like Void or Apocalypse has. It can be really, really nice. The annoying thing is it's heavy. I wish it had like a bit more of a reach and got you a bit closer to the opponent. If they read it as heavy animation to just constantly keep the opponent in the corner, that'd be so dope, man. I'd really, really like that. But there's so much going on with Mr. Fantastic. He actually does feel like really fun to play. So I've always liked that about him, man. But I also feel like in high stress scenarios, he can sometimes be a little bit impractical. And this guy, I feel like with the utility that he hasn't really had the opportunity to shine in a lot of stuff when it came to Act 6 100%, but maybe in Act 7, you know, we might see it. But I think some of the big cons as well, again, to get the most out of him, ideally he does need the full Fantastic 4th team synergy, at the very least, Invisible Woman on the team as well, and another copy of himself for the 30% attack booster. So that's like a lot of additional stuff for a character to have to really get a lot out of them. And I think for, you know, everything that you need to invest and build around this character, his payoff like isn't quite up there with what it should be for the level of investment, at least in my opinion. So yeah, I'd like to see this guy get a little bit of a tune-up, because I think there's some cool stuff that they could do to make him like ramp up a little bit quicker and just get into the exciting stuff a bit faster. Also, if your debuffs fall off, that can be a very bad time. Doesn't like completely kill the champion because you can still get them back, I believe, off the SP2 on this lad, but yeah, it's just really, really annoying. So you do need scenarios as well where you can fire off heavy attacks, and sometimes that is not always the most practical strategy. Also, he does have a chance to evade as well. As many of us know, fighting this clown on defense or an annoying quest based on the amount of debuffs that the opponent has. So sometimes this can actually be really, really clutch, and sometimes it's just really annoying. So yeah, it really does depend, man. Okay, nice. Let's go for the heavy here. And I don't think we're quite close enough to chain on heavies. Okay, we're right in the corner now. Unfortunately, his special attacks aren't unblockable when... oh, dude, the evade came in so clutch there. Yeah, special attacks are not unblockable. Oh, gosh. Dude, we're so close. Oh, that's mildly infuriating. Okay, we're going to get a bit wrecked here, man. There's not too much we can do. Actually, we did massively mitigate his special 1 damage there, just due to his crossfight ability. The third time... sorry, I think it's the second time throwing the same special attack gives it a massive damage reduction. I think also reduces a bit of ability accuracy as well. So again, that does have its scenarios and uses, but due to the fact that we only finished that fight with 1 debuff on Joe Fixit, meant we only got 1 additional persistent charge. So if we finish this fight with no debuffs, man, we're going to completely screw the character over here. So yeah, we need to make sure we have a pretty good finish on Kang. Make sure we've got at least 3 debuffs when he does go down. Also, I did mess up a special 2 a little bit. So yeah, Mr. Fantastic. Currently, he's in the high demigod tier on the tier list. I think, you know, playing this champion, from what I've seen so far, especially in the last year, I think that's probably the right place for him now. Because again, he's not a champion that, like, immediately brings any sort of wow factor. Does take a while to get there. He can be quite nice on some of the longer fights, and we'll definitely explore those in a little bit as well. When it does come to stuff like Realm of Legends, but for some of the the shorter fights, again, he doesn't have that crazy immediate burst of some other champions. But the good thing as well is those heavy attacks, they do pause all debuffs for 3 seconds. Oh, dude, I didn't see Kang just going unblockable there, man. That's a little bit inconvenient. Right, I think I'm going to go for another SP2 here, just to refresh those debuffs. Could have maybe gone for an SP3, but I just want to make sure, again, if we don't finish this fight with those debuffs on Kang, then we're not going to get the persistent charges back, and we are just absolutely wrecked there. Also, via the full Fantastic Force Energy, we got Incinerate, and also a heal block off the SP1 as well. And he can apply a stagger off his special 1, but for max damage, the special 1 already gets used, at least in my experience. But yeah, let's activate the pre-fight abilities here and see what we can do. Again, it's suppressing combat power rate. There's also a petrification. The really annoying thing about its petrification as well, unless it's been fixed, I don't believe it's been fixed, is it's, I think, the only petrify in the game that doesn't actually reverse healing. It just stops it. So yeah, it's really, really annoying. They gave them like a gimped petrify that just doesn't properly work to reverse healing, so it can block out healing, and that's good, but, you know, when you've got characters like Torch and Void and Captain America Infinity War that just massively reverse healing and god nuke the opponents so quickly, you know, he fails a bit in excitement in comparison there. Right, let's go for another heavy attack here, just so we can refresh our core debuffs and pause them. And this champion's very reliant on those heavy attacks as well. So, you know, when you kind of, like, factor in everything that he you know, needs to do and needs to bring. It's just all of this stuff, I think, really weighs him down. And he was released in the same month as well as Doctor Doom, and Doctor Doom is just crazy, man. Like, you can bring him anywhere just by himself, and he's just like the most amazing champion. Whereas Mr. Fantastic, again, he does rely on a lot of additional stuff. Oh, no! Okay. We're gonna get to SP3 here. Nail this one perfectly, man. I think Ronan's going to go straight in the bin after this. Again, the special 3 benefits and also grants you a massive fury based off the amount of debuffs that you got on the opponent. I do really like his SP3 animation as well. Just like getting punched, punching the opponent from every single angle, and then just Herbie just darts in for the finish. So I always get a good amount of pleasure off that one, man. It's a good time. But let's move on to the Cull Obsidian matchup here. But yeah, I haven't tried Mr. Fantastic in Cavalier difficulty, and if you are a big fan of Mr. Fantastic, if there's like any fights or uses that you've really had for the character over the last year, please do let me know in the comments section below. Again, this is 6-star rank 2. We didn't have any boosters on today as well. So if we wanted to make this champion look maximum crazy, we could, you know, go for a rank 3 video sometime, fully boosted. And I think with the, maybe science, power gain synergy as well. Sorry, the science power booster might be pretty good for the character. Especially once we get the big rotation going. But I do love that SP2 animation, man. He's got some incredibly cool animations. I remember we saw the animations and moves for Mr. Fantastic super early data mined. Right, let's go. Refresh those debuffs. Sometimes you're just trying to parry, man, and the phase just kick in, do some work. Can be quite useful though. Again, they've saved us a couple of times in this video already. And let's go. And as well, if you can bait out what is it, 2 SP2s in a row and get the crossfight on that, then you can get even more power gain from the awakened ability. But most of the fight, you're lucky if most fights you're lucky to get the weakness SP1. Right, let's go. I think we should be good for getting Cole down here. If we crit on this final hit, man. Yeah, that man's getting slammed. Perfect. So I think, you know, we've got a bit of an idea of how he's working in certain fights and scenarios here. However, one thing I really, really do want to try out is Mr. Fantastic in Realm of Legends, because it has been a while, and obviously with the much bigger health pools, it gives us the opportunity to explore his damage ramp up a little bit more. So yeah, let's get stuck into some fights and see what this man can do. So let's activate the pre-fight on the 5-star. Again, this is really helpful if you're trying to play Mr. Fantastic, is just siphoning those additional pre-fight charges off the 5-star, and then you only need to use, what is it, 1 additional there. Because if you just start with 1 Mr. Fantastic, you've only got like 2 of the debuffs that you can use in the first fight. Whereas if you have an additional 1, it is all 3, so that's pretty nice. Let's go for a double medium combo there, straight into a full 5 combo. And now we need to, what is it, get off that heavy attack. We probably could have done a light attack after that as well, in all fairness. But now we really want to bait out another special 1 from Winter Soldier. Okay, nice. It might be 1 more, actually, to trigger the weakness SP1. I don't think it's fully triggered yet. Okay, nice. So now we get the 50% more power gain, which is really, really good. You see our power is shooting up in comparison. And it would be super ideal here if we could get him to special 2. But the thing is, with all these debuffs as well, he's got like massive... Yeah, I just don't think it's going to happen. Look at that evade, though, man. Evade was popping off then. Oh, dude, please. Oh, just about, mate. Just about. Okay, that was a bit scary. Okay, we've got all the debuffs. This is the best time now. So what we're going to go for is this. And then I think we want to go for this. And then, yeah. See what we can do. Hopefully, I don't know if he's gonna come out like straight at the corner. I think he should. Like Hubby like chucks him right back. So yeah, hopefully we can go in and just spam heavy attacks. That'd be sick, man. Oh, okay, a little bit close there. So now we got the massive Fury off the SB3. Oh, we got pushed back like way too much there. It's really annoying. Okay, I think we just need to go for a full 5 combo here, because again, we can't really spam those heavy attacks unless he's like right against the wall. There we go, we got another one. Let's go straight in for another SP3. And again, this is kind of the loop once you get him fully ramped up. It's just making sure you're using those heavy attacks, ideally as much as possible when he's in the corner. But you do want to have Winter Soldier right against the wall. I think like medium light and then heavy attacks just to get him like proper up there is probably the way to go, man. But 100 hits, a class disadvantage, 6-star rank 2, full team synergy. You know, it's not really the best performance out there. But again, he's got a lot of stuff that he does bring to the table and longer fights that can be really, really effective in controlling matchups in the right scenario. But I feel like we really haven't seen like too many scenarios that are outstanding for Mr. Fantastic. I feel like I can't think of like one thing in particular that he's really, really shined for in the almost 12 months that he's been out. But maybe Act 7 is going to have something that makes this character insane. I didn't really think about Mr. Fantastic when I was looking at a lot of the the Act 7 nodes, gonna be honest. Right, let's go for double medium here. Again, I'm trying to bait out the SB1s. Ideally at the start, you want to go for a few SB2s. But I just don't think that's going to happen realistically. It's going to result in a bit of a slower fight. Nice. I guess like hit count really isn't the only thing to consider when it comes to Mr. Fantastic as well. I feel like he fights a little bit slower than other champions. The curb stomping combo, boys. We love to see it, man. Absolute magic. I should have just gone for the what is it? SB3 at the start of that, I reckon. It's all good, though. I think we can get Cap Marvel to a good position. Nice. How much damage did that deal as well? About 30,000 there. And again, I think with the Fury as well, the damage he deals passively goes up a little bit. So yeah, that could be really, really nice. Let's go! These are legendary curb stomps right here. I love how like Dr. Doom can just spam like Doom slaps and Mr. Fantastic just spams curb stomps. I mean, they truly are made for each other. I don't think we have enough time to go in, but I might risk it here. Oh, we got the evade as well. Let's go. So yeah, that matchup was pretty class, man. He did some nice stuff once we got into that one. But yeah, that was semi-decent, worked out alright. But let's go for the Juggernaut matchup next. So, need to remember to activate the all the pre-fight abilities. I think when I was doing initial Mr. Fantastic showcases last year, I remember like recording sometimes and just like forgetting to activate them, and then the character's just like dead, man. You know, you need those debuffs to really get this man going. Against Juggernaut as well, he can utilize the stagger that he has off the SP1. Maybe in slightly more stressful scenarios, but that also comes at the sacrifice of a pretty significant chunk of damage. And this is still one of the only Juggernauts that can be stunned after the changes to Juggernaut a couple of years back in MCOC. So for regular Juggernauts, doesn't work out so well. Let's go for this. But the stun's so long that I think... Oh, I thought we'd be able to, like, get another combo off that. But now we can go in for another 5 combo, straight into SP2. Massive boosh. Let's quickly refresh everything. Oh, we didn't refresh it. Do we need to knock down to refresh? I think we might need to. Okay, cool. We should be good just to nuke in here. Oh, we got great space in if he wasn't like... Yeah, didn't have a SP1 there. That would have been so good. Right, I think I'm just going to chuck the special 3 as quickly as we possibly can here. Because, yeah, the perfect lineup really isn't going to arrive in the Juggernaut matchup, I believe. But I don't know, the rotation with Mr. Fantastic, again, it does feel like quite satisfying to build everything up and play. And I think the payoff is, like, somewhat decent. I just wish that he could do all of this stuff by himself. And he wasn't so reliant on the kind of pre-fight charge mechanic and, like, having the full team synergy. Like, this is how he should feel just as a solo character, you know? I thought that the whole concept of this champion is pretty interesting and cool, but he just requires so much investment that for the majority of players and scenarios, he's just not really that practical. But yeah, he does feel really, really fun to play once you get into. I wish they just changed him a little bit, because Torch, Invisible Woman, and Thing are all pretty good champions without synergies. I guess, like, Thing needs them. Like, Thing goes crazy with synergies, man. He goes to a whole new level of broken OP. But Torch standalone is really, really good. Invisible Woman doesn't really need anybody to be a super hard-hitting champion, but also she has big drawbacks in terms of like lack of general stuff that she has as well. So she's not really like the best example there. But Thing, like, even without synergies, man, he's got a lot of utility, a lot of stuff he can do. But dude, what is it? Champion synergy is just a whole new level for Thing, man. That's such a crazy synergy. I've seen so many people just demolishing content with that synergy to this day, man. It's why, like, every single update, somebody finds some cool cheese for it. So yeah, it's been a while since I played Thing, actually, man. Maybe we should revisit him at some point at, like, 6-star rank 3 fully boosted. So yeah, I'll probably do that soon. I'm actually thinking of taking him up to rank 3 on the live version of the game, because I've almost got my first Science T5CC, so I'm not that far off. Let's go for another Curb Stomp. Fantastic. Okay, we're just gonna chuck in a full 5 combo here, straight into another special 2. Probably charge in here with an intercept, actually. Yeah, I think you want to do those, like, medium, light, and then heavy combos against the wall, just to get the opponent there, and maximize the stun. I think it's his animations as well that make him quite fun to play. I don't know. I really do hope they get around to revisiting Mr. Fantastic at some point and kind of making him like what he is now, without the full Fantastic 4 synergy, and maybe with the synergy, something a lot greater than he is right now. Because I feel like for, you know, the scale of his Marvel character, and also like the fact that the whole year was like building up to him and Doom, I feel like he really was a bit of a disappointment in comparison. I feel like Dr. Doom 100% lived up to the hype, man. Doom is so good. It's fantastic. You know, definitely got left in the shadow of Doom. Right, let's go. Come on, Herbie, you got this. Yeah, I still enjoy playing him, man. Look at that, almost 2k passive damage per second as well. It's very, very nice. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts on Mr. Fantastic in the comments section below. Personally, again, I don't think he's a bad champion. He's still got a lot of interesting utility via his debuffs and also reduced power rate control that can be very useful in the right scenario. I just feel like we haven't really seen a lot of the right scenario appear for Mr. Fantastic. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on this character in the comments section of this video. And if you did enjoy today's gameplay, please do me a massive favor and smash that like button. That'd be greatly appreciated. But aside from that, thank you all very much for watching. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.